I got Tommy RK on Instagram says, so how would you invest in DeFi? And again, great question, Tommy. It's not simple, that answer. And the problem I found is there's no single trusted source of information, which is why people are flocking in to our academy right now, because they want a group of individuals. It's not just me talking, a group of individuals to bounce ideas off, to find consensus, and also to get the information. And watch this leather chair over the coming weeks and months. I'm gonna be sitting down with some of the experts in the DeFi space and putting them in the leather chair for a couple hours. These will be founders of companies. These will be some of the fund investors. These will be some of the quant geeks, some of the developers, and they're gonna be walking us through the cutting edge information when it comes to this technology. And of course, DeFi Academy gets early access to all of that information and special direct access to that as well. So that's how we're going to invest in DeFi. I hope you're a part of it, Tommy. Real Cash 85 on Instagram says, Max Kaiser, follow him. And he says, you're a legend, right? And yeah, Max is a legend. Follow him. We've had him on the show so many times. We've had Max on the show like 6 or 7 times. Max used to live in my building. Max liked me so much. He moved in next door to me. He had me on his show back in the day. You can YouTube it. I know him and Stacy really well. They're absolute gems. And again, you talk about early adopters. I mean, Max has been talking about Bitcoin since 2011. And it's incredible to see that he was such an early adopter. A couple other things going on here. Robert Jarusuk on Instagram says, yes, they've been lying and stealing from the future generations for over 100 years. Roberto, you're right. Our financial institutions, our centralized finance has been robbing and lying to us for hundreds of years. It's about time it stops. So let's make it stop right now and let's invest in DeFi and really find out what we really need to know about our own finances. So thank you. I appreciate that comment. A couple more here before we go to my last part. I got D. Newmonden on Instagram says, you are here to go big, Brian. Thank you for your presence. And that is why we're here. We're putting everything on the line here at London Real. The next 10 years, everything goes into DeFi and my DeFi Academy, period. We are going to change the game when it comes to building the infrastructure of decentralized finance in the future. End of, as they say here in the UK. If you want to be a part of this, join us. Great. If you don't, that's fine too. We only have a limited number of spaces available, so only the best need apply. Samarian on Instagram says, Brian, you're the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Anthony on YouTube says, quote, the biggest problem I see with DeFi is the lack of user friendliness. It's very complex and people won't adapt as fast until it's easier to use. How and when do we see it becoming more simplified? Great question, Anthony. The truth is it's happening as we speak. And the reason I know is this, is because I've been buying some of these altcoins and crypto plays for the last few years, as I've spoken to my good friend Tika Tawari. And I remember going onto these exchanges that had these horrible user interfaces and things that I've never heard of since then in order to buy some of these coins. Literally 6 months later, I can go to Uniswap. I can go to 1inch and that thing happens seamlessly. The improvements are being made on a daily and weekly basis. It's incredible the speed of innovation happening here. It's absolutely incredible. I've literally watched over the last 12 months, it's grown by 88 times by certain financial metrics. And the user experience and the technology has also grown. So I actually think that's not an issue anymore. And now it's about adoption. It's about creating these fantastic technologies like liquidity pools to solve the problems that we saw in the early days. I released a clip on my Instagram recently 8 years ago of Max Kaiser talking about how there weren't liquidity pools on Bitcoin exchanges, which meant there was no liquidity, which meant there was no trading, which meant there was no growth. This was something he recognized that was solved through innovative developers inside the DeFi community with liquidity pools. Again, incredible. Something took Wall Street 50 years to innovate, was done in a matter of months inside the DeFi space. This is why I'm all in on this space, and I couldn't be more excited for the future.